That's not really honestly how I thought I was going to be starting this. And also my dog just saw a squirrel, but I'm holding on to her, so she isn't going to get it. Hello. Hi. It's December 22nd, 2017. It is a Friday. It does not feel like it's about to be Christmas. This is what it looks like here. Yeah, I just got home from work. Einstein's bagels, bros, bagels, whatever. I don't know. I just call it Einstein's because people normally know what it is around here. Because we don't have a Tim Hortons or anything like that. Tim Hortons is pretty good. Yeah. But today wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. Really, just I tried to mostly clean and stuff like that. Clean tables and stuff like that. There were a lot of people, so it was kind of like, okay, like I'm just cleaning the tables and doing the trash and all that stuff, so people could work. And yeah, but I cut my finger. I know it looks pretty silly, but it was so much worse, let me tell you. I cut my finger last Friday? No, I cut my finger not this past Friday, but the Sunday before. Yeah. It was really bad. It's doing a lot better now, though. It's definitely healed a lot since I cut it. I was really feeling really bad because and I know it may sound silly to be like sad, or not sad, but like feel kind of like bummed out because I don't know, like I know I'm only human and there's really only so much I can do. Is that better? Okay. I know I'm only human and there's so much I can do, but I don't know, I just felt like bad, like I was letting people down when I cut my finger because it was so bad. Like I cut it open, and it's my ring finger, so, and I know it doesn't matter because your arteries, like your heart and all that stuff, it's like any vein or whatever. If you hit an artery, you could bleed it out and stuff like that. But it was in such a place that was like, there was blood everywhere. And I'm not exaggerating this when I say that blood was literally everywhere. It was like, I cut through the glove, obviously, because, knives are fucking sharp. And I was just bleeding everywhere, all over, everywhere. It was so bad, on the floor. And I don't know, I just felt really bad because, I felt bad that I was somehow letting them down or something if I wasn't working, and I felt bad physically, I literally almost passed out. I made sure that I drank some orange juice, and yeah, and that definitely helped. But once I got to the back and was putting paper towel and compressing it and stuff like that, I just couldn't hear anything at all. And I just got some orange juice real quick and drank that, and then just almost laid down on the floor, sat down on the floor and just was just breathing and just reminding myself to breathe. And yeah, because it was that bad. Like, and I know it may sound silly, but like it was bad, and it really sucked, and it really made me feel bad. And I went home and I rested, because seriously, like how I was feeling, like I had to go, like I had to rest. And my mom works at the hospital and stuff like that, and I really just like compressed it. I didn't want to look at it, so I didn't go anywhere. I didn't need to go anywhere. Thankfully, like it was bad, but it wasn't so bad that I needed to have like stitches to the point where, like, I mean, honestly, I think I do need stitches in a way, but I know that like it heals, so eventually I'll grow new skin and it'll close up. So yeah, that's that part. But I felt so bad because I felt like I was letting people down, but I don't know, it just got me thinking about life, and like it got me thinking about like what's going on, and you know where I'm at. You know, one of like my motto and stuff like that for this whole entire thing really is feeling and healing. You know, it's called getting through something. You know, like you get through it, you don't go around it. And you know, as uncomfortable and stuff like that as it may be to like feel all these feelings that just really like, it's a lot, but I feel like I can handle it, in a sense of feeling everything that I need to, because I literally cried for a good month. I cried like all the time. In the past almost 2 months, I cried for a good month, and it's been like 3 weeks onto that. So I don't know, maybe like I cry all the time, but like in between things, like I'm really doing my best to like, you know, get it out, you know, to let it out. And my dog has a cone on her head because, yeah, she's got bangs. Oh my goodness. Yeah, but I've really just been trying to get all my feelings out, you know, as much as I can, and like process them and everything, and reflect on why I may feel that way, and just, you know, healing. You know, it's not something that happens overnight, you know, it's something that's taken 7 months now to do, over 7 months. And you know, I'm a lot better than I have been, you know. These past 2 months have been really revealing, and just really like, it's like, I don't know how to really word everything, but because it's more so like a feeling, like when you love people, they stay with you forever, you know, like they really do. You can be really angry at them, and you carry anger with you too, you know. But I've really done my best to look at everything, and like you carry everything with you, and being vulnerable, that's like a huge thing that I've really been talking about. I don't think that a lot of people are really mindful of what they say and do, you know. I think that, and I understand that, because I used to not be mindful of what I said or did, because I was really only looking out for myself and like how I felt. which at the times that I did, like, it made sense, but it also, like, you can always do things differently too, you know? Like, you could always take people's feelings into consideration for things, or just look, and taking people's feelings into consideration is not, like, it's like, okay, this is how you feel, and, like, what you think and stuff like that, and this is how I feel, and, like, it's not like I'm gonna do what's best for me and, like, fuck everybody else. Like, it's like, okay, this is how everybody around me feels and stuff like that, and, like, this is how I feel, and, like, hopefully if they're genuinely, like, my friends and, like, people who actually do care about me, then they'll understand, and they'll still, like, be around, and, like, I don't know, it's just, like, the feel is different. It's not really a selfish thing, you know? Like, it's not really a self-seeking kind of thing. Though, but, like, I understand because I've been through a lot of stuff myself, like, when I was younger, and I was, like, really selfish about, like, everything, like, and, so I understand, and when you're mindful and stuff like that, like, committing suicide, or not committing suicide, but attempting suicide really opened my eyes a lot to my own personal things that I need to work on. And then also a lot of my friends and people that I really do care about in my life who have either committed suicide or have attempted suicide themselves, like, you know, like, those that taught me a lot of things. And also death, because a lot of people didn't commit suicide or anything, but they died, who I was close to, and, like, people who I knew. But I don't know, just, it's been really eye-opening, and, like, it's really opened my heart a lot, because I understand that not a lot of people are mindful, and I'm doing my best to, like, look at what the people do as a reflection of themselves and how they feel about something, rather than how they necessarily feel about me. Because, like, same for when you love somebody, you know, like, you love them not because they love you, but because you love them, you know. And if you only love somebody because they love you or they're good to you, then that's not about that person. Like, if you say you love somebody because they're good to you, that's not about them. You don't necessarily really, that's not about them, that's about you. Because if it were like you really love them, then it would be something about them that doesn't include you. You get what I mean? So I've just been really, like, not necessarily just been thinking about this, but that was something that I thought of, that I've been thinking about a lot, like, being vulnerable, because you are faced with a lot of things in your life as you go on. You are faced with your fears and insecurities, things that you really, like, that really gets you and stuff like that. You know, it's really important that you heal from your past trauma. Can't stress that enough, because you will come across people who, you know, like, my biggest thing was that I didn't want anybody to feel or go through anything that I went through, and so I would try to save people and be a band-aid to people so that they wouldn't go through those things. But really, you know, they're gonna go through them anyways, but it's not my job to protect them from it. It's my job to just be there and support them and let them know, like, hey, like, you know, like, I love you anyways, like, through this stuff, and even if, you know, stuff falls apart, I love you, and I care about you, and I just hope that you find your way through it and find the strength and courage to get through it, you know, because that's really all you can do. So yeah, because a lot of times people will make you face your fears and insecurities. Like, they will literally do the things that you are most afraid of and insecure about, and you'll have to get through them. So yeah, that's, like, a really huge thing that I learned this past time that's really caused me to do a lot of healing, and, you know, it's really definitely helped me a lot, and I'm really grateful for it, because yeah, I never thought that, like, I'd really be who I am now and like be here at all, because I did attempt suicide. But thankfully I lived. And you know, one of the things that was really like that I really like felt when I attempted was that the pain you go through isn't for nothing, because it's not. Like, so what, like, I have had all these things happen to me, things that have broken my heart in a way, like things that have really changed my life, things that have really, like, I've lost people who I love, whether it be to, you know, just like falling out, like, or just disagreements or arguments or something, and them having to go their own way to figure out things on their own, because I can't help them any more than I already have. And it's either they take everything that I've taught them to and like what I've been in their life and they take that with them, or they just, you know, they use what I've been in their life to create their new life, because you always impact people, no matter how big or small, you know, like, you know, I don't know, I just feel like you can make a change to people's lives. And, you know, like, every time I think of, like, significant or insignificant and all that stuff, I think of somebody telling me that they were doing it for a project, and that was, like, one of the quotes and stuff like that. But seriously, like, you are so significant all on your own. Like, whether or not, like, life is, like, however you may view it or whatever, like, that doesn't change the fact that you matter. That doesn't change the fact that you are significant to the people who genuinely care about you, you know? And there are a lot of people out there who try to project their feelings onto people. Like, I don't know, there's just, I could go on and on and on about these kinds of things. Like, seriously, like, if anybody out there is, like, listening, like, please, like, ask me something to talk about, because I could talk about it, I'm sure. And I want to, like, really, like, talk to people and, like, hear your story, too, and, like, what you've gone through, and, like, how you feel about certain things, or ask me how I feel about things, and, like, you know, we can create, like, a bigger understanding of things than even I know now, you know, because I'm evolving, like, we all are. We're all in this together, and I think that a lot of the times, like, we kind of forget that. It's not that we forget that we are here with other people, but we forget that, like, everything you need really genuinely is inside of you, but you can't really figure that stuff out unless you are vulnerable and love people. I know I'm going off, like, really far and stuff like that, but, like, one of the things I've really thought about is that I really believe that you can't love yourself until you really truly love somebody else, until you love somebody so much to that point where you don't want them to go through the things you've gone through and felt, and you get to that point where they, like, you realize that they cannot give you what you need, you know, like they yell at you or, like, devalue you or something like that, and you get to that point where it's like even though you do that, like, it still doesn't make me think less of you. It makes me feel bad for you, because you are doing this to somebody you love, but at the same time, like, I don't feel bad at you to the point where, like, I give up on you and I, like, hate you or anything. I realize what you're doing because I used to do that too to myself, or I've used to have that done to me, and I just have self-respect for myself now, and that makes me stronger when it comes to love, and so I'm able to love people more genuinely and more like stronger than I ever did before, because it's more real, because I know the value of it and what it really means to really value people and really like value time and like just, you know, what's given to me, and I don't take it all for granted, you know. So like I know that people like go on about how you have to love yourself, but like how are you supposed to do that if you don't, and then but you love other people? Because not loving yourself doesn't make you not love people. You have to, like, really, to love yourself, you have to love other people first, I think. And you gotta heal from your trauma in your past, like your childhood and stuff like that, usually, because I know that that's been a massive one for me. And like this whole thing has really woke me up, and it's really like give me a whole new, like, no, like, I mean, every day it's like I'm reminded that like the past isn't there anymore, that people aren't there anymore who I love. It's like they're dead, but they're not, and I'm really grateful for that. Like, seriously, like that, you know. But some of the people that I do, like, that have taught me a lot of lessons are dead. And I just really think it's important to value and to cherish the people who are in your life while they are there. And just, you know, take everything you need from it. You know, take everything you need and can from everything, and do your best to be accountable and take responsibility of how you are. Because, like, with my situation, like, for me personally, like, I knew that, like, what I was going back into, but that didn't make me not want to be in it and continue to try and do my best and like give love and everything, because that's just how I've grown up, you know. I never wanted anybody to go through what I went through, and you know, I can't go back and change how I was, but I know that I can be accountable for it, and I know that I can learn from it and grow from it. And I apologize, you know, for how I used to be. And my apology is being better than I was then, you know, because that's the best apology that you could ever give somebody. Or just, if you do, like, you know, the best apology is change behavior. It's being like, yes, I did that, and like, it's like, I'm not blaming you or anything. Like, it is me who makes my own choices, because nobody else is responsible for me, and therefore, like, I'm gonna learn from that. Like, and that's really been a huge thing, and that's really part of like growing up, and that's a really huge part of like being a human, is that we are responsible for our own self. We're responsible for our own choices. Yeah, we have people in our lives who are really, really cruel to us. Like I can't even, with how much pain and like abuse and everything that like people, not just myself, but people who I love and care about, have gone through, and just so many people out there. And so we're not responsible for what other people do to us, but we are responsible for how we react to it. And I understand that in those moments we may not know how to deal with it, because it's like you're being told that you made somebody feel bad, and that makes you feel bad, so you get mad, or you feel bad. You know, it's either you feel really bad about it and you beat yourself up, or you get mad and you get mad at the person who said that you hurt them or something like that. And the best thing that we can do is to really look at ourselves and be like, you know, just do our best to be better than we were. And it's not going to happen overnight. And it's not going to happen maybe for a while. But I think that once we are aware of like what we're doing, and really like if we really do love and care about the person that, you know, maybe we are yelling at them or something like that because they told us they hurt us, or, you know, whatever the situation is, you know, if we could just be aware of that, just aware of it enough to just be like, you know, and then like just be like, you know, like, I'm not perfect, and I do a lot of things that have really hurt people, but I genuinely want to be better than I was, and I want to be accountable, and I want to not be like that anymore. Because yeah, what I was doing, you know, even though that's not something I wanted to hear, you know, I'm not disregarding everything else that this person's done for me. Like, yeah, it may not be something that I want, and like, and it's okay to not always want people in your life. Like, if somebody's toxic to you and treats you like shit, and like projects all their bad feelings and everything on you, and it's like you're the blame for everything, like, you know, like, oh, I do this because of that person, like, the reason I am this way is because of that person. Like, I mean, I get that, you know, I get that, like, people from your past may have really hurt you and stuff like that, but we're not in the past. All we have is right now, and being aware of how we are right now and how we affect people, and being mindful, being considerate of other people's feelings, is what's going to change the world, is what's going to change our hearts, and it's going to really open us up. Because as much as being vulnerable is scary, it's so fucking worth it. It's so fucking worth it to be able to be vulnerable and to go through the storm, to get through it, you know, because you can't, like you can't cut through this. Like, you can't take shortcuts. You know, you can put things off because you don't want to feel them, but it's always going to come back to you. And by going through everything and by healing from it all, it's going to make you so much stronger, because it takes a lot of strength. And yeah, I know we feel like we may not have a lot of strength, like we're strong, but we, you know, then we're strong, we feel really strong and like really happy, and like nothing can like really get us down or whatever, but then we fall. But it's really just hang in there and, you know, just get through it the best you can, because and just realize that you really cannot take any shortcuts in life, like, because stuff will always come back to you. So when you really go through it, you know, if somebody like devalues you or something like that, or if like people try to make you feel bad about how you feel, or like invalidate your feelings, because I know that a lot of people go to other people for validation, you know, and that's where like you can get hurt, and that's where people take advantage and use all your fears and insecurities against you to make them feel better about how they're treating you. But by going through everything and by being vulnerable, that makes you really strong, and it's worth it. You know, I could go on, and like there's a lot of things, like I can go into like different parts of everything, but like, and I guess I'll make a video, a separate one, like more so about everything I just said, and like, but like in more detail, and like maybe I'll write about it, I don't know. But it's just something I've really been thinking about, because, you know, like, by facing your fears and insecurities, by going through everything that brings out your fears and insecurities and brings them to light, you are able to actually see them and like name them and overcome them and like conquer them, you know, because you bring them to light and you won't be afraid of them anymore. You know, it's like you're surrounded by all this darkness and all these, like, it's dark and you can't see anything, but the darkness is like so fucking loud, and it's just like people laughing at you and screaming at you, and it's like you have like little bits of temporary happiness, but then those get taken away. But really, like, but the gift that like things give you, like that the darkness and all that stuff gives you, like all your past things give you, it gives you the power to be able to understand and really like understand like other people and why they are the way they are, so you don't really use it as like them projecting it all onto you. Like you see that that person's yelling at you for this, but you realize that maybe that person's wounded, so you don't take it so personally. And it's like that person could like just be so mean and like want to kill you, but it's like that person, I don't know what they're gonna do, but that's not gonna make me like personally, like I don't want to kill anybody, so it's like not gonna make me want to kill somebody who wants to kill me. Like I'm gonna do my best to be here for myself and love the people that I love right now, because I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm not gonna live in fear just because like somebody could kill me or whatever could happen, because I don't know. But I know that while I am here, I'm gonna love people as much as I possibly can and like cherish the fuck out of them and my time here, and hang out with my dog and be outside and like, yeah, just be. Because yeah, there are things that like I like, I have hopes and dreams and stuff like that, but I think that one of the best things that like going through everything and just up until this point, and really like, and I carry this on, the past 4 years, I'm grateful to be here. I really could have died. I really could have not just died, but I could have been alive, but my quality of life could have been so much worse. I could have like had like problems with my organs. They could have failed. I could have been brain dead. I could have like not been able to walk. I could have not been able to see. I could have like just, there's so many things. But just from my first video that I ever posted on here, like I'm so grateful to be here. And I think that that's something that we all really, I really hope that everybody finds the strength and the courage to get through whatever they're going through. And I hope that you know that you are significant, as much as you may feel like you're not. You really do impact the people's lives who you're in, so try your best to make who you are in those moments with people. If you're yelling at them, like turn inward and like figure out like why you're doing that, and like breathe and like step away and like take time to like heal yourself, because you're projecting like your anger out onto them. But if that person's not being considerate of how you feel or whatever, then like just actually communicate and cultivate relationships where you're actually able to talk to them. And because when somebody really does truly love and care about you, they will care about how you feel, not just when you're really happy, but when you're low too. And no, people are not here to be your emotional punching bag. You have to be the one to heal yourself with all your emotions and stuff like that. But everybody else is here to like just love and care for you through it. And sometimes people have to go away because they need to find their own way, because you've done the best you can. But that doesn't mean that you don't love and care about them, because like I said at the beginning of this, you're always going to love and care about the people who you love and care about. Because I can't imagine you just automatically shutting your feelings off for somebody. And if you can, I really don't think that you really did have those feelings that you may have wanted to have for them. You were just really trying to be that person that they wanted you to be. And I don't know, people don't love you for no reason, you know what I mean? Like, and I don't think that people would really spend their time saying things and stuff like that and doing things that they don't want to do and don't mean if they don't have good intentions. And so if you have good intentions and you have a good heart and you truly do mean what you say and stuff like that, then, you know, maybe some people won't see it that way because maybe their intentions and stuff like that aren't true, but that doesn't change the fact that yours was true, and that doesn't change that it matters to you, you know, because it just doesn't, you know. So I hope that I was able to get this out there and it be in a positive way, because like I'm not trying to project any like hate or bad feelings or anything like that. I just am literally just speaking from my heart and soul and just getting stuff out there that matters to me, you know, because I have absolutely no hate for anybody. I don't have any bad feelings. I may not like what people do, but that doesn't mean that I don't care about them, you know. Like, you know, a lot of the time people project their feelings onto you and they can't imagine why you like would do something or whatever, but you know, just you gotta build boundaries and stuff like that with people, you know, and you gotta just know that like that person honestly probably misunderstood a lot, or they just didn't care, or whatever the reason is, but that shouldn't stop you from being afraid to open yourself up again and just really be true to how you feel, because like people view things the way that they view them, and you can't really be the one to change them and like how they view it, and like sit there and like try to explain to something that they have their ears closed like this and they're just like la 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 the whole time you're talking, you know. Like people are gonna do whatever they want to do, but that shouldn't stop you, you know. And just don't be afraid, you know, because as scary and stuff as it is to be vulnerable and like put yourself out there, you know, you put yourself out there, you were true with how you felt, you're true with yourself, and that matters, you know. And if other people can't see that, then that's on them. They need to find their way, and I hope they do. But you're gonna come across people that really do love and care about you, who not just love and care about you, but like who are there too, and like who are on this same journey with you where you're at, like the same level, and like really will like cultivate understanding and listening to understand, and not just listening to reply, because that's a huge one. People literally just listen to reply and just tell you how they feel about things, instead of really listening to you and like understanding and like having an actual conversation and like just build a relationship. Because relationships, like, you could have all these things and stuff like that, but if you don't have a solid foundation, it's just gonna fall apart, you know. And like trust and honesty and like understanding and communication and just being true to how you really feel. And there's a lot more, but yeah, okay, this is really long, but I just wanted to put this out there and just like, you know, life is really crazy and stuff like that, but you know, I'm really grateful to be here. What time is it? I don't know what time it is. I'm gonna say it's around 3 something, maybe 3:20 something in the afternoon on this Friday afternoon on December 22nd, 2017. Yep. So yeah, Leia, hey. Hi. Alright. Okay. Alright. I hope that you just hang in there, and I hope that you have the strength and courage to get through whatever you're going through. And I really hope that I post this, because I think it's some good stuff, and I'm just, you know, we all go through things, and I want to just get it out there that, you know, whatever time I do have on this earth, you know, I'm really grateful for all the time I've been here, for all the people that I've known, and for my friends and family and loved ones and people that aren't here anymore. I love you all. I love you. And I care about you. And even if I don't even know you, like, you're just some random person that somehow came across my page and, like, my video, and just, hi. My name is Jacob Ryan Wolf, and I just really want to love right and do my best and just be better than I was before, because that's all I can really be, you know? Like, for me personally, I'm really grateful to God that I'm here, because, like I've been saying, like, there's a massive chance that I couldn't have been, but somehow I'm here, and I was needed to be here for a little longer, and I'm really grateful that I have been, because being here longer than I thought I was gonna be has really just, I don't know, I just have nothing but gratefulness and gratitude for it all, and just love to everybody. Like, I can't look at really any situation anymore that I've really been through and look at it with, like, so much hate or so much anger or anything like I used to, you know? So I think that that's huge, you know? And I hope that everybody can have that. And yeah, it takes a long time too, you know, it really does, but I'm grateful that I have been able to get this far in my life, and I just wanted to share that with people, and I just wanted to let you know that I love you. So, I don't know what holidays you celebrate, but happy holidays. I hope that the holidays are really, really, really kind to you, and just keep in your thoughts all the people who aren't, like, who don't have a lot of money, and who are, like, have no electricity, and, like, the Gandhi people, I think that's how you say it, in like the Myanmar, like in like Bangladesh. Please keep them in your thoughts and stuff like that. They're running away from, like, what is it called? Like religious persecution or something like that. I'm not entirely sure, but, like, they're literally being murdered because they are Muslim. And please keep all the people in Costa Rica. It's Costa Rica. I can't remember. There's so many places, like, I was trying to think of all at once. Literally just think about everybody, you know? Just stop and take a moment to really think about all the people out there who you don't know and stuff like that, all the billions of people, and just send them love, because that makes a huge difference. I do that all the time, and I just wanted to put that out there, you know? And yeah, just love to everybody. Alright, okay. Just peace and love to everybody, and happy holidays, and you're in my thoughts and prayers, and I love you and care about you, and just breathe, okay? Breathe and eat something, and make sure you drink lots of water, or as much water as you can, but just drink some water, okay? Like, yeah. And yeah, just love.